Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. This week's reading vlog is just your standard weekly reading vlog. After last week, if you've seen it, then you'll know I read so much and I just need to kind of like chill for the last week of September before my readathon starts in October, because I just don't want to burn myself out prior to my readathon week. So this week's going to take a chill. I'm just going to read some cute books that I'm excited to read and finish off the books I'm currently reading before the end of the month. So the book I'm currently in the middle of is I Heart Christmas by Lindsay Kelk. I'm over halfway through this and I'd love to finish it today. Because I'm listening to the audiobook and I'm working from home, I kind of want to listen to this while I work, and then if there's any kind of moments in the audiobook that I feel like I need to tab up, I will just quickly tab it up whilst I'm working. So hopefully I can get that done today. And then the other book I was actually thinking of reading, originally it was going to be A Holly Jolly After by Julie Murphy and Sarah Simone, which is an arc I got gifted by Harbour Fiction. So thank you very much, Harbour Fiction. But if you've seen my end of year TBR, there are some books on there that I haven't kind of fitted into my reading schedule for the next couple of months. So seeing as I finished my September TBR after finishing I Heart Christmas, I thought I might just go off piste, and I think I might try and read Pictures of Lily by Paige Toon, which is the next Paige Toon book I need to read with my little challenge of reading all her books in publication order. So I think that might be my next port of call, but I'll keep you posted on what I'm reading during the week and kind of what the plans are. But that's kind of like my general gist for the week. Just 2 books this week, not trying to push myself to read 4, and just kind of like see where we get up to. So happy Monday. I'll keep posted, but I need to start work now, so yeah. Quick was halfway through conversations, never going to let me down, run around, all dirty.
I was out drinking, looking for the next thing. I couldn't really settle down. Always on the run, I didn't want to slow down. But baby, then you came around. Yeah, you came
Happy
around.
Wednesday, guys. I didn't update anything yesterday because yesterday was a write-off. I'm so anxious about my car at the minute. It's like difficult to drive it, but I have to drive it, and it's safe to drive. The mechanics have said it's safe to drive, but it's just so anxious. Like I don't want to break down. It's one of my worst fears. So I'm like in my head at the minute. 1 second, I'll just prop you up. Yeah, I'm just very much in my head at the minute, and it was hard to concentrate on reading last night, so I didn't really read much at all. And then also Mark was looking at like financing cars, PCPing, getting out car loans, just so I can try and get a new car and quit while I'm ahead, if that makes sense. Like get rid of my car while it's still working, rather than having to like get less value for it and having to fix it and all sorts. So there's a lot going in this little noggin at the minute, and it's stressing me out quite a lot, and it's really hard to like concentrate on reading. But I did this morning, just before starting work, finish I Heart Christmas by Lindsay Kelk. This is the 6th book in the I Heart series I started reading in last week's reading vlog and have now finished it. I can't really say much about it because it's the 6th book in the series, but each book basically follows Angela on different adventures, and this is such a comfort book series for me. So to be honest, it's the perfect time to read it because I was like struggling obviously with my mental health yesterday, and it was just nice to like absorb myself into a world and characters I know and already love, and it was just like an easy listening and reading experience because I was listening to the audiobook as well. And obviously I'm rereading these to tab them all up and write in them so they become part of my forever collection. Can you focus please? Why aren't you focusing? Focus. Focus. There you go. So I've tabbed it all up and it looks very pretty, and I'm very happy with now having another one completed. However, I looked at my Goodreads and originally I rated this 4.5 stars. Very high rating. I'm bumping it down to a 3. There's not much plot in this book. I was never felt like really inclined to like keep reading and see what was going on. But the thing that got me most with this book is that Angela and Alex go through some like, not relationship issues, but as in like Alex really wants kids, Angela's not prepared yet, she wants to kind of focus on her career, and she's very kind of like worried about what that'll do to her future. So there was like a really good passage in this book that I like annotated massively. Yeah, so it says, was I afraid or was I being selfish? Was I scared of having a baby, or was I scared of what it would mean to not have a baby in the future? I sit back in my chair and exhale, rubbing my forehead with the palm of my hand. I was definitely right about one thing. It definitely wasn't going to be easy. And I was just like, So this book kind of like resonated way more with me this time round reading it than it would have done ever when I listened to an audiobook the first time round. So I read that when I was 18. Kids were not in my future plan at all. I was just kind of like living life. So this definitely meant more to me because I related so much more to Angela this time round. So yeah, 3 stars, not as enjoyable, but definitely more relatable. So it's kind of a hard one to rate. So I settled on a 3 stars. Happy that that one's now done. I'm going to try and finish one more book before the end of October, which is obviously on Saturday. I'm going to try and read off my end of year TBR, Pictures of Lily by Page Toon. I don't have a physical copy of this book. I do have it on Scribd as an ebook. I have not read many ebooks this year at all. I have not been vibing with them. I have not been picking them up. I have not been choosing to read them because they just haven't kind of been my vibe. But I really do want to read 2 Page Toon books by the end of the year. And if I want to complete this goal, I'm going to have to read an ebook of one of Page Toon's books. So I'm going to read the next one in publication order for me, which is Pictures of Lily. I have no idea what this one's about. So I'm just going to read the blurb with you guys and find out. Let's find out together. 10 years ago, when Lily was just 16, she fell in love with someone she really shouldn't have fallen in love with. Now living in Sydney and engaged to another man, she can't forget the one that got away. Then her past comes back to haunt her and she has to make the decision that will break her heart, and the heart of at least one of the men who love her. So like a second chance romance, love triangle situation. I'm intrigued. I love Page Toon's writing. It's always very addictive to read. So let's give this one a go. Apparently the audiobook is also available. And it is. So maybe I'll listen to a bit of both, a little bit of audiobook, a little bit of physical, because I am in a weird mental headspace at the minute. So reading might not be the easiest task for me. So we'll see. But also when I'm driving at the minute, I'm not even listening to music, let alone audiobooks, because I'm so anxious on the sound of my car and what it's doing that I'm not listening to anything. It's a very boring drive at the minute. They're very anxious drives at the minute, but it kind of eases my mind just listening to my car rather than listening to audiobooks or listening to music. So at the minute I'm not really listening to audiobooks. So we'll see how I get on. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it. There's still like 4 days left of the month anyway, so that's going to be my next book. Whether I read it or not, that's a different question because it is an ebook, but I'll keep you posted. I'm waiting for Mark to get home and then we're just going to cuddle on the sofa and chill out for the rest of the evening, so I'm not sure how much more reading I'm going to get done, but I'm glad I have finished one book for the day at least. My brain is all over the place at the minute. My camera is charging, but I'm waiting for a very exciting delivery today. Happy Friday, by the way. I haven't updated this vlog really at all this week. I'll come in with a reading update probably later, but I'm waiting for a very exciting delivery today, and every time a car drives past my window, because my window is open, I get so excited. I'm waiting for my 2024 reading journal that I've ordered from Papier. Plain dotted journal. This is going to be like my new bullet journal for the year, but I'm not going to like do it as my like life journal. I'm just going to do it for my like content consuming journal. So like reading, movies, cinema, all that kind of fun stuff, like TV shows, and give like everything that I consume a rating, which I think is really like favorite podcast of the month, like all that fun stuff. And I'm waiting for it to arrive. I ordered it this early so I could like spend time doodling it all out and planning it all and doing it properly, ready for the new year. So it's meant to come today, and I'm getting so excited. I keep meerkatting the window to see if the Royal Mail van has rocked up. There's another car. Just a normal van. Boo. But yeah, I'm very excited. Happy Friday. I have started Pictures of Lily by Page Toon. I'm about 40 pages into it. I haven't really got my teeth into it yet. It basically follows our main character Lily, who mum meets a random guy on the internet and decides to move out to Australia to meet him and kind of start a relationship. So then Lily kind of gets tagged along, and her mum's kind of like boyfriend has a son, and I think what I can kind of expect, Lily and the son kind of start a budding romance, and then they kind of become a couple. They spend like 10 years together, and then they accidentally kind of like leave each other's lives, and then she tries to move on, but she never actually moves on. So this is kind of like, at the minute it's feeling like a YA because Lily is a teenager, but I think when you get to present day and Lily's like older and she's trying to say yes to her current boyfriend when he's down on one knee, and all she can think about is this dude she met in Australia, I think that's when it really is going to start getting good. But I love Page Toon's writing. It's very addictive. I'm enjoying it so far. I know I said I was going to give you a reading update later, but here it is. It is Friday. I'm working from home, so hopefully I can get a lot of reading done today. We finished Sex Education last night. It wasn't my favourite season of the series, but the ending was so heartwarming. It kind of made up for like how pretty average the rest of the season was. So if I had my 2024 reading journal and it was 2024, I could write that in the journal because it's something I consumed. Yeah, happy Friday. I'm gonna go. Hopefully my camera will charge soon and I can get some reading done on my lunch break. I just heard a crash at the front door. So if this is my journal, I'm gonna get so excited. Yeah, good, I showed the right side. I'm gonna do an Instagram reel unboxing, I think, of this because I'm very, very excited. But I'll show you the aftermath once I've done that. So yeah, exciting, exciting, exciting. So reel is done. Look how pretty this journal is. I've customized it to say one more chapter reading journal 2024, but like I said earlier, it's gonna be like a all contents, like what I consume in 2024 planner. I want to start going in it now, but there seems to be no point to do October, November, December reading wise in this. I might as well just start in a new year, but it is stunning. That's what the back looks like. I didn't design it myself. Someone called Poppy and Kate designed all the watercolor brush flowers. Stunning. And on the inside it is just plain dotted paper throughout. And then the gorgeous gorgeous green ribbon to mark your page. It's very different to like Scribd who has like page numbers and like index and stuff, but I think this will be perfect for what I need it for next year. I'm very excited to start decorating. Ah, exciting, how pretty. I may or may have not already started drawing in my new reading journal. I'm just gonna get to the point now where I do it all really, really quickly because I get so excited and then I have to wait months to start using it, and then by the time I use it I'm not happy with the designs, but you know, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm excited to start doing it. So I've done 2 pages already. The only thing I don't like about papier journals is they crease when you start opening them, and then because they crease you then realise that the text is not completely central to the crease. They're central to the like entire width of the notebook. Let me 1 second. Once you crease it, the text is no longer central from this bit to the end. It's only central from like this bit to the end, if that makes sense. I have some snacks. So yeah, that's the only downside to papier journals, is that because they're like fully bound, they get a crease and then it doesn't look like the text is completely central, if you get what I mean. Anyway, apart from that, I have started already planning out. So I have my books read for 2024. Obviously I haven't read any yet. And then I have my 2024 goals page. And then I'm going to be doing like my Goodreads challenge. And then like year in pixels type. And then I just have lots of ideas to fill out all these pages. So yes, I have started doing that, and because I started doing that, I started listening to the audiobook of Pictures of Lily, and I've read 100 pages of that just by doing those 2 spreads. So the book is going quickly. It's enjoyable, it's addictive to read, but like I said earlier, our main character is quite young. She's 16. She's only just turned 16, and she ends up going to get a summer job at a conservation. It's not a conservation, what's it called, like conservation farm? I don't know what the actual word is, but a place where they rehabilitate wildlife that have got injured, like kangaroos, koalas. And she meets someone there called Ben, who's 28. And all she's doing in this book is pining over someone who's 12 years older than her. And I don't mind age gaps at all, like age gaps are absolutely fine, but she is a minor and he is 28. And although nothing has happened between them, you can tell that they like each other without, like, there's loads of miscommunication as well. But they're celebrating the millennium in this book. So I feel like this book was written pre-2000, or if not pre-2000, definitely around the 2000 mark, which can cause some more sensitive issues not being spoken about well in this book. So it's very just kind of like, I'm going to finish it because it's page 2 and I want to see kind of where this relationship goes and whether it stays as kind of like an underage minor situation. But we'll see, because nothing's actually happened yet. So we don't know what's actually going to happen. And also this Ben character does have a fiance in the UK and he's going back there to marry her in like a couple of weeks. So there could be like a false kind of relationship start there. I don't know, but that's kind of the vibe I'm feeling. It's a little bit icky at the minute. There's a red flag. So I've been listening to that and I'm 153 pages into it now. So hopefully I can finish it. ice cream ban. It's so weird that it's sunny and there's an ice cream ban, and we're literally 2 days away from at the end of September and the beginning of October, and there's still ice cream bans going on. Like, the weather this year in the UK has been absolutely wild. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm very, very happy that I've started my reading journal, bar the now uncentralized text. But yeah, I want to keep doing it, but also don't want to rush it, so I'm gonna just kind of leave it for today, unless Mark plays his game later and I listen to more of my audiobook and do some journaling downstairs. But yeah. Happy Saturday. I have had a busy morning doing something really exciting. I don't want to speak it out into the universe in case it doesn't happen, but fingers crossed it does, because I'll be so excited, and you'll be able to see differences over the course of the coming months if it does happen. So I won't say anything just yet, but fingers crossed. And then we got home and just been chilling. Mark's been playing his game and I've been listening to my audiobook whilst filling out some more of my reading journal. I'm so happy with how it's coming along. That's my opening page. And just some like sneak peeks. I'm very, very excited. I'm going to continue doing that just across the next like couple of weeks. I'm doing like two pages per day is like max, because I get a neck cramp and I don't want to like rush it and kind of get sloppy with it. So that's been going on whilst I've been listening to my audiobook of Pictures of Lily by Paige Toon. I'm now over 200 pages into it. I only have about an hour and a half left of the audiobook, if I check. Yeah, about 2 hours left of my audiobook, so I should be able to finish that today, because I am in charge of dinner tonight, chicken korma curry, so I need to get that started soon. So I'll be listening to my audiobook while I do that as well, so hopefully I can finish it today. My thoughts are like, it's a 2.5. It's really not that great. There's no kind of like substance to this plot, and I don't like what substance there is. I don't like it because, like I said, it basically follows our very young Lily when she gets shipped off to Australia from the UK with her mum because she chases a boyfriend, and then she falls for someone 12 years older than her. She's currently 16 and she falls for someone who's 28, and then you follow her in the future when she just says yes to her current boyfriend, when he's down on one knee, and her internal monologue is basically still pining over this 28-year-old that she met 10 years ago, and it's just a bit unrealistic, and I don't know, I just find it a bit like icky because of the age gap of when she apparently fell in love with him, even though she's now the age that she is, like 26, she's still kind of like pining over this dude that she spent like a week with. I don't know, it just feels very off to me, so I'm not like completely loving it, but I'm almost finished with it, so I'm going to continue finishing it. And then obviously tomorrow is October, so I'll be starting my October TBR. If you haven't seen it, I'll link up above and down below. There are some kind of, not really spooky, but more kind of like autumnal vibe books in that TBR, so I'm excited to get to some of them and kind of switch up my reading for a little bit. So that's like the update for Saturday. I'm going to start dinner now. I am obsessed with this journal. I'm so excited to continue filling it out. Hopefully I'll get some more pages done tomorrow, but I also don't want to rush getting it done and then have to wait for like a month and a half to actually start using it, because I do think it'll take me quite a while to fill out all the pages, because I want to do like movie pages and film pages and audiobook pages and stuff like that. So I'm still working on my yearly spreads now, and then I have to obviously set up January as well, because I don't want to have to be faffing with that when the new year rolls around. So it's all very exciting in this household at the minute. Not much of a reading week this week, to be fair, especially compared to last week. Obviously last week I finished 4 books, and this week I haven't even finished my second yet, but I knew that was going to happen. Every time I have a really, really heavy reading week, I don't tend to read much the following week, which is the current week we're in. So yeah, getting there. I will finish Pictures of Lily today, fingers crossed, and then I can start October fresh tomorrow with a brand new book off my TBR, and I know exactly which one I'm going to pick, so stay tuned to find out, and I'll keep posted. Just finished listening to Pictures of Lily, and I'm so torn, because like, why am I so invested in this romance, but it being so icky at the same time? I don't know. It's an interesting one. It basically follows the main character Lily, who gets shipped off to Australia with her mum because she follows a boyfriend out there, and then she ends up falling for someone 11 years older than her when she's only 16 and he's 28, and then they spend a couple of weeks together, nothing ever happens, but she pines for him for like the rest of her life, for the next 10 years, and then she ends up getting engaged to someone she doesn't truly love because she's still pining over this Ben character. And then, you know, as romance goes, Ben comes back into her life and she has to try and make that decision between which guy she's going to go with. And it was a fine book. Yes, I was kind of semi-invested in the romance by the end, but like, it's still an icky situation and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if it's going to be like a 2.5 to 3 star read, but just in time I finished that because Strictly is about to start and we're going to have chocolate melt in the middle, so I'm going to chill out, have a the perfect Saturday night now that the nights are drawing in. I'm in my hoodie and I'm just going to chill out. But yeah, very glad I managed to finish one last book before October rolls around. Happy Sunday. I've been up since 5 a.m. and it's now, what, 2:30? 10 to 3. And I've been very productive. We've had a deep clean weekend because it's beginning of the month. Happy October, by the way. It's the month of the readathon. Yay! We've been out shopping, getting some things for the house, deep cleaning like I said. I filmed a video, I filmed about October reset. I don't know how it's turned out. I'm never really happy with those videos until I start editing them, so we'll see. I haven't done any reading today. I have a massive headache. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get much reading done. I feel very kind of like, so I don't know. I'm going to go chill on the sofa with Mark while he plays his game. And I will take Real Easy down to start reading, seeing as it's October. So I thought I'd start with like a mystery thriller. So we'll see how we get on with this one if I read at all. We are cooking a Sunday roast today, so that will get started, I'm sure, in a little while. So yeah, just a chilled afternoon now because I have been very, very productive this morning and I'm ready to just zonk out. You know what, I was kind of in the mood to reread, just as like a side note, Caravel. I really want to reread this. I read Legendary, didn't like it, so I left it at my parents' house, and now I kind of want to give it another go and reread it, so I'm going to take that back from my parents' house. So I'm going to reread this at some point, reread Caravel, and then maybe get to finale. And then the other thing that I also really wanted to read recently, like reread, is Docile by K.M. Sparrow. I got about 100 pages away from the end of that book. Loved it, and then just stopped reading it. So I want to give that another go soon. And you know what? Rereading this would be beautiful. So I'm kind of in like a rereading mood. So if I'm not gelling with Real Easy, I might just curl up with either a cozy fantasy, a dystopian, or a fantasy book. Very unlike me, and just kind of like absorb myself into reading in a whole new way because I think I need that escape right now. I haven't been feeling the best mentally recently. So yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of digging the idea of rereading a book. Like rereading Caravel, I feel like I'm in the mood to do that. I might do that. Oh, I don't know. Real Easy or Caravel? I might put a poll up on Twitter or Instagram. Instagram. I don't use Twitter anymore. We don't use X. The poll is up. Let's see what Instagram decides. Caravel has only just won. I'm going with it now. I'm gonna start Caravel. I'm so excited for this reread.
I was out drinking, looking for the next thing. I couldn't really settle down. Always on.
It's now the following Monday and I'm here to wrap up this week's reading vlog. Obviously I managed to finish I Heart Christmas by Lindsay Kelk, which I completely forgot I finished this past week before editing the vlog up to this point. So very happy that I managed to finish that one. Not in terms of like ratings, but just happy to have another one completed in my little like reread series. And then obviously I started and finished Pictures of Lily by Paige Toon as well. So 2 books finished this week. Not too bad, pretty average to be fair. That's what I usually do in a week. It's just last week was like so intense when it came to reading that now I feel a bit lackluster, but 2 books is still absolutely fine, so I'm not complaining about that. It's just in terms of like quality, they weren't the best. We had a 3-star with I Heart Christmas and then like a 2.5 star with Pictures of Lily. However, yesterday after the poll got chosen for me to read Caravel, and it's actually still going, and Caravel is winning by like 2 votes, but I'm taking it because I've started it. I got to page 60 yesterday in Caravel. I'm so sad because if I really enjoyed this reread anyway, which I did, I loved this book when I first read it. I loved how magical it was, but I just didn't love Legendary, which is the second book, which is why then I didn't collect the third one in the special edition hardback. I should have just got it because now it's like really hard to come by and they're really expensive and people are sending it on Vinted for like 60 quid. So I'm kind of really hoping that I have the same opinions on Legendary the second time I read it, so I don't have to fork out that much for a matching hardback to complete the trilogy. However, I did get 60 pages into this. I do absolutely love it. I remember why I love it so much. It's just so kind of like whimsical and magical, and I love the sister relationship, and I love Julian, who I believe is the main character in the Once a Broken Heart trilogy that's just kind of been released, which is kind of why it's made me want to reread this, because everyone's talking about Once Upon a Broken Heart and saying how good it is, and I kind of low-key want to read it, but I wanted to reread this book and then try Legendary again first before kind of going into that series, which I'll collect in paperback because no way am I going through the stress of trying to find the third book of this one in these special editions. And the second one's signed, and I'm just like, I should have just got Finale when I could, but now it's really hard to come by. Blackwell still have a few, so I'm just kind of like thinking about biting the bullet and getting it while I still can. So we'll see. But yeah, enjoying this reread so far. Hopefully I can get a good chunk of this done today, but that is for the next reading vlog, which I'm about to start. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to see future content from me. I usually do weekly reading vlogs, monthly TBRs, monthly wrap-ups, and any other bookish content that you can think of. I usually have it on this channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future content. Without further ado, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.